Okay, here we go. Hypotheses for the impact of postnatal social environment on sexual orientation are weak, especially for males. There is no substantial evidence which suggests parenting or early childhood experience influence sexual orientation. Research linked to early childhood gender nonconformity, homosexuality, gay men on average, have been observed to be significantly more feminine from early childhood, while lesbians are significantly more masculine. Okay, do you guys think, and I mean this sincerely, do you guys think if you take a look at everyone who's born and raised in San Francisco, let's say in the city, okay, do you think that if you took a cohort, a slice of 22-year-olds from San Francisco and determined how many of them are LGBTQ, right? And then you go over to Saudi Arabia and okay, now here's the thing, because we want to get past the identity thing, okay? You use a device to determine a person's sexuality in both cases. You're not asking them in an interview. There's like a brain scan, okay? Somehow you can determine whether or not they're gay, lesbian, bisexual, whatever. Do you think in Saudi Arabia there would be exactly the same proportion of queer people as in San Francisco? Because to me, the answer is absolutely not. I do not think that. I can't prove that. This is a very difficult thing to study for. Closeted people exist. Wow, thank you for adding. I know you're gay because only a cunty queer would add a question mark after an obvious statement I didn't say anything to the contrary of. Like that. When the fuck did I say closeted people don't exist? That's why we're doing the brain scan, you stupid piece of shit. We're the same humans. Humans can be gay. Saudis and Yankees are and can be equally gay. Yeah, it's not their fucking race that's causing it. It's their social environment. This is crazy, man. Okay, let's bring it to the most scientific definition possible, okay? Let's say that you hook the nodes up to the brain, okay? And you get guys, 22-year-old guys from Saudi Arabia and from San Francisco, okay? And you show them a big slideshow of hot Calvin Klein models, guys with their dicks and balls pressing through their soaked white briefs, okay? Right? A whole bunch of them, not just ripped. Maybe they're into fat guys. I don't care. They're bear chasers, whatever. You show them a whole lot of guys, okay? And you're doing the brain node thing, all right? Now, for a purely heterosexual guy, shouldn't be that much brain activity in the, arousal receptors or whatever. They're looking at this slideshow, okay? So we're getting like a Kinsey scale type spectrum. Where is a person peaking? Well, for the gayer people, they're peaking like they're getting a lot of arousal from most of the guys, or maybe from a lot of them. And for the straighter guys, not so much. So you're boiling this down purely to like visual attraction and arousal. Do you think a slice of the guys from 22-year-old guys from San Francisco and from Saudi Arabia would have statistically the same distributions? Like the same proportion of the population would be on a weighted average about the same? I bet you absolutely not. Definitely not. Because, and we know this for a fact, what a person finds arousing or what a person is into are heavily informed by what they consider to be acceptable, right? Acclimatization, what you're accustomed to. As is made evident by the fact that people tend to open up with their sexualities when they go to college, because college is in many cases the first time they're away from a repressive family environment, where their dad or their mom or whatever, they're sort of mandating a kind of enforced heterosexuality, but it's their exposure to these things that gives them the opportunity to realize they're into it. Right? Whereas if they've only been told their whole lives that they're not into it, or that it's disgusting or ungodly or whatever. I think what a lot of you guys don't understand about closeted people is that a closeted gay guy isn't always in their head thinking, man, I love cocks and cum, but I can't express that publicly, but secretly I like it. In their head, they're thinking like, fuck, that's disgusting. Like the closeting isn't just like them cognitively keeping quiet about it. It's this imposition of really heavy negative feelings on it because of, well, how they've been socialized. I don't think anyone would be like that for genetic reasons. I think you have to be like socialized it. That's not precisely true. How are you arguing this point? You seriously think the exact same number of people in Saudi Arabia and San Francisco would be equally placed on the Kinsey scale? You're a joke. This is ridiculous. There's no way. I am trying to be as charitable as I can. Like, I could just ban you. I could. Because the topic does bother me. I don't like feeling like I'm being misunderstood. But I am trying as hard as I can to boil this down to you, and you cannot work with it. I think there's only so many ways that you can say the same thing. Yeah. Forced het has been a thing since forever. That didn't stop all people from being gay. Jesus Christ. I'm not saying that there weren't gay people back, or there aren't gay people in areas like Saudi Arabia. I'm saying there are more gay people here proportionally. Do you really think that there's just an objective preset, like, hard line on how many gay and straight people there are, and they're just born that way and there's no change at all? I'm sorry, have you never experienced, like, thoughts yourself? Have you never gone out there and, like, identified in a day-to-day sense your changing preferences and tastes in people and what you're attracted to? You really think your brain just locked the fuck in day one, and everything since then has just been you, like, dusting the fluff on the edge of the on the architectural find or archaeological find that is your brain? Like, you're just unearthing this unchanging relic of the genetic wash? Like, you just don't believe in nurture as a concept with regards to things like your personality or your interests, your taste, your sexuality, your gender. Like, just none of it. It's not real to you. You don't believe in that. I don't get it. I don't get it. I think this guy's calling us queer. I do that pretty often. Yeah. Read my entire message, then repost it. All you've said is read my entire message 5 times. What are you talking about? Force has been a thing since forever. That didn't stop all people from being gay. It did stop a lot, and I see your point numbers-wise, but I can't agree with deterministic language. I think I am using anti-deterministic language, personally. There. Genuine good faith question. Does this line of reasoning not then validate the right-wing idea of queerness, be it gender or sexuality, is a social contagion? I mean, yeah, straightness and cisgenderness are social contagions that they enforce with, like, state mandates. And in Saudi Arabia, they'll kill you if you're gay. It's called comp het, not comp homo. We'll deal with that problem when we get there. No one's getting comp homoed. I can't wait for him to find out how scientifically wrong he is, lol. Okay. I know that people like to speak confidently about stuff they don't understand. Everyone wants to. I've done it. You're wrong on this. I can lead you to water. I can't make you drink. What I don't understand is what the emotional drive is on your side to enforce the unscientific essentialist position. It's anti-progressive. So I understand believing things that are incorrect because it serves a political purpose. I don't think that's good. I think you should be correct when you say things. You know, but I understand the emotional drive, at least. Well, I don't understand this. I don't know how you benefit. You haven't shown evidence to your position. To which position? We've looked at APA definitions that agree with me. We've literally, if you just look up what causes autism, a broad tapestry of multiple factors, including environmental. So that one's done, as far as I'm concerned. As for queerness, that social factors can influence whether you're gay or trans, I just got to say, folks, I'm really sorry about this one. I'm going to go for a little bit of a particular cut. Do you seriously think that whether or not you're non-binary is set in your brain? You seriously think that throughout history there's always been the exact same proportion of non-binary people, regardless of social influence? What about when you encounter a person who's changed their gender identification multiple times throughout their life? Oh, I thought I was a cis man, but I realize now that I'm a non-binary person. Oh, actually, what I realized, what I really was a trans woman. The other thing was a temporary stage. Oh, what I actually realized, I was a trans femme non-binary person. Is it every time just the true identity is always the latest one and every previous one was fake? Or is it, in actuality, people change over time and we're using these descriptors as a way of trying to identify a person's vibe, but it's not like you're unearthing an objective, unchanging artifact that is the brain? Why do people believe that? Are you afraid of the intemporality of your own personality? You're going to die one day. You think your personality will survive that? You'll be dust. Here's a study in the prevalence of same-sex attraction against 28 countries. Speaking of people who've been at this for a while, when did I say that there aren't gay people in other countries? Why do you keep strawmanning me? Jesus Christ, look at the links you fucking provide me. I ought to ban you. Similarly, we suggest that to the extent that the prevalence of heterosexuality, bisexuality, and homosexuality is consistent across cultures, sexual orientations are likely to have biological underpinnings. At the same time, to the extent that the prevalence of self-reported heterosexuality, bisexuality, and homosexuality vary across cultures, e.g. reported ranges of male homosexuality range from about 1.5 to 5%. Such variations may be due in part to social and cultural influences. I should crush your little chat name in my... Oh, I'm wringing you like a carrot in my hands.